Well, did Path 1 way sooner than I expected. I said it would take a couple of months before going back to Path 1. What's funny is that the last video, I did Path 2 and edited that video a week ago, almost a full week. By the time I posted this on Friday, it still wouldn't have been not that long after doing Path 2. And I didn't even intend that originally. I was just testing a couple of fights just to see if these champs would even work. So, from the Titan Crystal I got a Hood dupe. That one is pretty good. But the other crystal I got a White Magneto dupe. As if the game is flipping me off. So anyway, I was just testing a couple of fights until getting the Green Goblin. After beating that one, I thought fine, just do the rest because I'm not doing that fight again. Or Clairvoyant again. Went in Path 1 with 3k units, came out with nearly 1200. So the first fight, Gamora is the counter. And there's one thing I gotta address from the last video. I said Gamora isn't anti-evade, but she has True Strike after her level 3. Which is still stupid. That wouldn't have done shit to Ultron. You wouldn't have been able to get a level 3 in time. Next fight, Hulkling counters MCU Black Widow. In fact, the funny thing about this freaking fight, the one time I want to hit into the AI's block, the AI keeps rushing me and I'm doing intercepts when that is not the freaking plan. Next, Clairvoyant. Damn well he's in Spider-Pig. Whatever. It's Silk. But this AI freaking cheats. You could get a pattern of doing your heavy and the AI spamming a level 1. But that's if the AI even cooperates, which most likely it won't. And you need to keep using your heavy inflicting slow, otherwise Clairvoyant gets unstoppable when using level 1 or level 2. Venom, I used my rank 3 Ebony Maw. He did work. Green Goblin, here's the fucking fight I was talking about. When checking lists, just any suggestions, one suggestion is Ronin. But a later fight also needs Ronin. So I used my 5-star Ronin, thinking okay maybe that will work as well, same level 1 spam. But the 5-star is so fucking weak. No one will use 5 stars in this damn mode except masochists. So in that fight with the 5-star Ronin, I'm just looking at my freaking power bar. Green Goblin gets constant power gain. You gotta keep spamming level 1s, you can't get level 2, or else you lose your power. So I'm looking at the bar, making sure it gets 1 bar, spam a special, just keep doing it and not let the bar get to 2. But a few times I was able to use the level 2 and keep the pattern going, but I mainly stuck with level 1s. After that fight, I just decided to do the rest, just so I don't do that fight again. Cosmic Ghost Rider there is just dead wrong. And when trying to find other suggestions, no one uses power control champs. The only other effective counter I see is Stark Suit Spider-Man, who has a 7-star variant where, first off, you gotta keep dexing to get your charges to get damage. Then use a level 1 and have a pattern of using his level 1s for his stuns. Just be prepared to use revives though. For Rhino, I used Chilith, that Native American character. I don't know if I pronounced that name right. You take some damage though. It's a little BS, but the fight was doable. I got Chilith as a rank 2 7-star. On to Red Hulk. I use Falcon, but he ain't it because even though he has his crits, if you dex, Red Hulk gets health back. So I had to use Revive once or twice. Void is actually a solution, but he's needed elsewhere, kinda, so if you got a 6-star and 7-star Void, you're good. Hulkbuster, man, Null just whooped Hulkbuster's ass. I like Null more after Venom 3. Next one, Arcus, the OG Vision. Use Sasquatch, because he's immune to Cold Snap. It's one of those specials only fights, but Sasquatch's level 2 hits hard here. For Hela, that's when you use Absorbing Man, and unexpectedly, that fight ended quick. Juggernaut, you need poison immune chance for this. I used Immortal Hulk. And the only thing that screwed up this fight is the 10 Furies. You gotta use a heavy. You can't get 10 Furies. You can't get over 10 Furies, otherwise you get degen. Weapon X, Lady Deathstrike. Seriously, why is Omega Sentinel there? That is dead wrong. Electro Luke Cage. These fights starting to become absolute bullshit here. That is just a slow fight. where you need a shock immune champ, but you also need a champ that can do some crits. I use Shuri, but it's just a slow fight of using mediums over and over. And again, when you get to the 10th hit, falter happens. And if Electro Cage hits you just once, you're dead. I was going to use Prowler for this fight, but he has no shock immunities. Punisher or Angela, you can use Archangel, but again, a slow fight, just a slow ass fight of using heavies. Next is Nightcrawler. Carnage. Scorpion is the counter, but it's partly Nightcrawler, so the bastard will be using Evade a lot, which Scorpion cannot counter. On to Spider Witch. Iceman is the counter for evades, but she has inverted controls when using specials. Ice Phoenix. Serpent is the counter, just keep using level 2s. Just gotta dex her level 2, Iceman's level 2, and watch out for getting rooted. Gwen, this is where I use my 6-star Ronin. Now the pattern isn't a simple level 1, I never even used this tactic originally, back in X7. You gotta get a level 3 and continue that pattern. Gwen ends up getting a lot of prowess, which means that stuns last longer. And you'll be able to do enough damage before she gets health back. Next is Mo-Man. I use my rank 2 Emma Frost. It's a little annoying because you gotta worry about Unstoppable. But that's about it. Rank Magneto. It damn well isn't Hulk. You need him later. And it also isn't Spider-Ham. Another suggestion I've seen. Because again, the AI is fucking stubborn to use specials. Use America Chavez or Titania. MODOK. You can use Mo-Man, but again, that fight will get annoying and you will be using a revive or two. Next is Guardian. Venom is the counter. You gotta keep worrying about his armor charges. You can use a heavy, then just keep attacking. And when armor is disabled, you can use specials. Like Magneto. Nimrod is correct. Tigra, you use Torch. But that damn AI, just stubborn to use level 1s. Next one, I noticed the guy screwed up on the picture again. Venom the Duck, not the usual Howard. You need a lot of crits. You can use Shang-Chi, but you gotta watch out for Unblockable. Hitmonkey, you can use Colossus, but this freaking primate has that damn life cycle node, the one where you gotta keep spamming heavies, so that charge takes longer for the AI to regain. But when you knock Hitmonkey down in any way, he gets his buff, which makes his specials unblockable. So it's just doing a bunch of damage, get Hitmonkey to low health, then knock him down and use the level 3, and hope that gets it. Punisher 2099, Guillotine 2099 is actually the counter. Keep spamming level 1s because when the AI gets to level 1, you get a level 1. So you just keep spamming that, using Power Drain until the match is done. And you're revving her up too, so you get some higher damage. Nova, use Doom, he destroys him. Immortal Abomination, you need a poison immune but also power control champ like Vision. So you can just keep spamming specials, but it can't be the same one. Gotta cycle between level 1, level 2, then again, or a level 2 and a level 1, etc. And MCU Vision's level 2 wipes out the entire power bar. Next is Man-Thing. That's where you need OG Hulk. I used my rank 3 OG Hulk and he just wiped them out with level 2s. Next is Void. Warlock ain't it. Ironheart is the counter because she can dish out even more debuffs. Now, Platinum Pool, his node I actually remember. I did a video on that way back. That one X7 node where you gotta keep dishing debuffs so he gets over 10 charges and takes damage. And if you don't, he gets health back. And one of the champs I used back then was MCU Black Widow. The white suit one, and she worked here. But sometimes the AI will be stubborn to use a special. On to Dragon Man, I use Void. In this fight, you can't use parries at all. If you parry the AI, you'll get stunned. It's a long ass stun. But here's the thing, you can't get rid of that damn node unless you inflict poison or incinerate. So Void isn't exactly the solution. Quicksilver ain't it either. Even though a lot of videos use him. So the solution there is Torch. Maybe Sunspot as well, but when it comes to Torch, you can't use his pre-fight ability because that passive incinerate doesn't take down that node. Normal incinerate does. And last is Gwen Master. Juggernaut is correct. My Ascended 6-star rank 5 Juggernaut just whooped that boss. And there are other videos showcasing that. Not much else to say about that fight except the final phase, I think it's the final phase, where it talks about the shield charges You could just skip that phase, just keep doing damage. So I'm done with this shit. I don't know who to use that rank 3 gem on. Most likely Prowler, because he's anti-falter. But there is a certain mutant that I'm going after. Either as a 6-star or a 7-star, I might want to save it for that.